I'm here today with Wendy Ball at Sun Harvest Greenhouse, and Wendy is going to show me how to create a centerpiece. And this can be used indoor or outdoor, correct, Wendy?
Yes, April, it can. We're basically going to start with our pot. It's filled with wet oasis, and that's what we're going to put our greenery into. Because it needs to be wet to keep our greens fresh. We're going to start with just regular cedar that can be found in any backyard. It's just a regular white cedar. We have a white pine here. And it can also be found anywhere around here, fields. A lot of people trim their trees at home. And then we're going to use boxwood.
Can you find that around here?
A lot of people have it in their yards, and they'll just trim it off and use pieces of it. Or you can go to a greenhouse like ours and buy it here also. And then the last, this is a little bit more exotic from BC. It's a western red cedar. So it's a very flowy, pretty green, and it works really well to make it flow over the edges.
It looks feathery, doesn't it?
It is, yeah,
Yes.
and it's quite pretty. It's like a green on the front and a really pretty light green on the back. So you can use it either way.
Okay, let's get started. I am anxious to try this.
You can take your clippers, and we're just going to clip off some white pine here. You want to keep it relatively short to your container, so I'm going to go a little bit shorter, and then you're just going to pop that into the arrangement and push it down in. It's very simple. You just want to keep filling up your arrangement all the way around, and just once you get enough greens in there, you're going to look, and you just want to make sure you don't see any of the oasis around the edges of it. We've already got a bow here that's pre-done for you. I have it on a stick. I always go to the side, so I'm just going to push that down in and just arrange my loops.
And can you get these bows pre-made, or do you have to make them yourself?
We do sell them here, but also you can make them at home. They're quite simple to make. So once you get your bow on there, I'm going to have you grab a white pine cone.
Okay.
And we're going to cut to about 3 to 4 inches. So the first one's going to go in about 3 to 4 inches long, and you're going to push that in on an angle, just like this. And sometimes they're a little tough with all the greens in there. Then we're going to take another pine cone. Perfect, yeah. So this one we're going to leave about 4 to 5 inches long, a little bit longer. So this one you want to keep a little bit higher than this one here. So straight in the center, just so it's a little bit higher up there.
How's that?
Maybe a little bit lower. Perfect. So the third pine cone, you're going to take this one, and you can go about 3 to 4 inches long. We're going to pop this right in the front of our arrangement. So I usually turn this around, and just under the edge of my bow, I'm just going to pop it in here. So you've got your 3 pine cones in. Your next step is going to be your red osier dogwood, which you can find anywhere around here. So you just want to give your ends a trim.
Why do you trim the ends?
Just so it's a clean branch going in. If it's kind of twisted, sometimes it'll kind of mess up your oasis in there. So you want to go in around your pine cones here, just like that. Looks good. So now your other 2, you're going to do the same thing with. Just give them a good trim off.
What's the other name for red osier?
Just red dogwood. So this one we're going to pop in, and you can put those anywhere as long as they're around the back side of your cones.
Okay.
And then your third one, fluff up your greens just around the back end.
Okay.
Turn and take a look at it, facing you, just to make sure it looks even.
Looks pretty good. Very pretty.
So the next step is going to be your berries. We have quite a long stick. We're going to take this and pull it apart. Then we're just going to bend that, and we're going to trim it. And this is where you might benefit from wire cutters. And you can use as much berries as you choose. Those you're going to put, I usually put a tall one in the back. And then one around the front here. And that just gives it a nice pop of color. That looks good.
Thank you.
I have a stick here, so if I want to cover that up, I just tend to move my bow a bit, and you can do that also if you just want to cover that up and then you can't see it. And that's your centerpiece.
Turned out really well, and it's easy, and it looks like...
It's very easy, yes.
It looks like 3 or 2 is the magic number when you're doing
Yeah, always odd
centerpiece.
numbers. A lot of people use them as like a porch pot or something like that, but definitely on a table or anywhere like that, they work really well.
It's a great idea for a Christmas exchange.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
Wendy, thank you very much for showing me how to make this lovely indoor-outdoor planter.
Oh, you're very welcome.